What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the corner. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. It is the first day of the new year. In many ways, it's a new year, same year. But I hope that you're out there, you had a safe weekend, and you're enjoying the coverage. If you are, please do make sure you leave a like on the video and you subscribe down below. Now, Taylor Lorenz is a bad take factory. One of the biggest walking owls imaginable. Now, a lot of people say, like, bro, why are you so mean to Taylor Lorenz? Look, Taylor Lorenz was happy to have your family spend their last moments on this planet alone. Taylor Lorenz was happy to tell you that you need to have your business shut down. Taylor Lorenz was happy telling you that you were a second-class citizen if you had any kind of hesitancy about putting something in your body that you weren't sure about. Taylor Lorenz is hand in glove with the establishment. Taylor Lorenz wields a enormous amount of power. So I speak truth to power. And over the weekend, she whined about spending New Year's alone, and it didn't exactly go very well for her. This article over on Twitchy, Taylor Lorenz whining about spending New Year's Eve alone goes so very, very hilariously wrong by Sam J. Nobody wanted to spend their New Year's Eve with Taylor Lorenz. We're shocked. Seriously, who wouldn't want to ring in the new year with one of the biggest bullies on the web? She probably put on an evening gown and recorded herself talking about how everyone really wanted to be with her, but that but they're not. So instead, they're watching her talk about them on their secret accounts. Good times. Granted, she sort of asked for this dragging when she tweeted out being alone on New Year's, and then trashed people who were happy and not alone that night. It's like, what does she expect? Karma isn't just a B unless you are first. And I will say this. Hey, there were a lot of people that were alone on New Year's. I've had New Year's where I just was low-key, and that's kind of fine. Especially on Saturday night. You want to stay away from the craziness. Maybe you want to just stay in and watch a movie. Nothing wrong with that. But then to moralize about those that did not, that maybe had some things planned for that night, is where you get into trouble. You see Chaya Rachik posting here, Tay-Tay had to spend New Year's Eve alone, so she's angry that anyone else celebrated with family and friend. She tweeted, by the way, behind a protected account now. I don't know when it went protected, but I imagine soon after this. Spending New Year's Eve alone is low-key goated when complete and utter exhaustion is the vibe. This woman is 93 years old, and she's still talking like this. If I heard anybody in my friend group say things were goated or no cap or that some food was bussin', we're not hanging out anymore. And then she goes on, wild to see people posting endless videos of packed New Year's Eve parties. I think the complete quote was, while ERs are packed and doctors are rationing care. By the way, that's not true. That, of course, was a talking point. They got you to stay at home and let your businesses fall apart and let your elderly family die alone in hospitals and, let your kids live in fear. That was the narrative. Oh my God, the hospitals are overflowing. Just never were in my area. Now there were overcrowding. There were areas that were, for a short period of time, very, very busy and backlogged. To deny that would be ridiculous. But to pretend like it was the norm would also be equally as ridiculous. Oh, that's right. She's also a serious germaphobe and constantly complains that people aren't more afraid of the coof. Gosh golly gee, who would want to spend their evening listening to that? Ha 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 ha. It seems it only got worse for her. Again, on New Year's Eve, having my car break down while it's pouring rain is a very fitting end to a cursed year. It's called karma. And what we said about karma, it's just so funny to me that she has no qualms about posting her own L's online for everyone to see. You see here, Taylor posting L's online. I don't know if this is an actual L that she posted. In my opinion, she's like a walking L. I think that, again, we mustn't interfere. They should be allowed to explode or implode or any plode without any interference. You two would be depressed if you had to spend the evening with Taylor Lorenz. When your personality pushes everyone away, then you're surprised to find yourself alone. Then you're Taylor Lorenz. I mean, the only reason she was awake was because Matlock was on. I take nothing she says seriously since I learned about her 90-degree apartment. I mean, it's just absolute destruction. And I mean, it's just like, again, by the way, the idea that this person wields institutional power over you should scare you, because she does. She still does. She still wields enormous power by writing for the Washington Post, and she can ruin your life. So, no, I don't feel bad pointing and laughing at somebody like this when they are in the position of power. When every decision they've made has been a selfish one, has been one to destroy dissonance, to fight back against. This is somebody who probably wants you to care about the energy crisis, right? Probably uses words like warming and stuff like that. Yet they're happy to burn all those fossil fuels to keep their apartment 90 degrees. Again, another really weird self-own. Also, why is your thermostat so dirty? Also, you see, Taylor Lorenz like to allude to a disability that she's never explained. There's no reason to believe anything Taylor Lorenz says about herself. She has a catalog of fabulous tales that she cites as needed when she wants to deflect attention from her bad behavior. Can the rampant ableism on here ever stop? I'm very open about the fact that I have a few health issues that led me to spend long stretches in bed. I literally wrote a whole piece on it. What? Huh? Again, they use this kind of stuff as deflection. The idea of having your car break down. The world sometimes finds a way to get the right people got. Oh, okay, her car broke down. She spent New Year's Eve alone. Some people would actually do some self-reflection, right? And say like, wow, why is this the case? Why does nobody want to spend any time with me? Of course, also being pointed out, she harassed 2 Orthodox Jewish women at home, accusing both of being libs of TikTok and even telling the wrong Chayarachik's mom that she was an insurrectionist. Again, like, this is Taylor Lorenz. It's just so fitting. And if I'm allowed a second here, why am I so fired up? Taylor Lorenz is not 43. She doesn't drink 3 gallons of water a day. She's a gaslighter and a bad person. She doesn't make up nonsense to make you feel disoriented. Nothing she says or writes is trustworthy. 1,000 likes. Here's another one. Taylor Lorenz lies. Then she lies about lying. Then she lies about lying about lying. Then she calls you crazy for noticing. She's a gaslighter. Just block her. It just shows how much more journalists at mainstream outlet need to learn about disinfo, extremism, and the new media landscape. Big name reporters should not still be falling for this stuff. This is why coverage of the area and internet culture is so important. Also, that's her job, is covering internet culture. I'd say that's probably my job too. I think I'm much better at it than Taylor Lorenz. If you think I'm better at it than Taylor Lorenz, please leave a like on this video. Again, here she is out at a party, not masked, but she stays home to tell you that you need to stay home. This is very common for the modern press class, right? And this whole thing with like this, she's a reporter. Can you point to me on the doll at any one place where ERs are packed and doctors are rationing care? Where in the United States is this happening on the year of our Lord 2023, January 1st or January 31st? Where? It just makes you see, most of New Year's Eves I worked in the ER had typical flow until about 2 a.m. Then we started receiving all the accidents from Dewey's. and lonely people. Otherwise, usually quiet. You know, like this is, you know, I look, maybe yours is different, but I drive by mine every time I go visit my parents. There's nobody there. Now, maybe there's not any doctors. Maybe there's a huge line inside that I can't see. It's possible. But Taylor Lorenz is just a symptom. She's not the cause. And she would be happy to see you starve to death in the streets if it meant a crumb more of power for someone who grew up to a multimillionaire family, who went to $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a year private schools in Switzerland. She wants you to believe that she's fighting the good cause when she's happy to make up. This is somebody who wants more people to learn about misinformation. Didn't bother providing any link of evidence for this either. I'm not surprised at all that she spent New Year's Eve alone, and she deserves every bit of dunking on that she gets. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.